I'm supposed to talk about how to scale businesses. I have done a couple of them. There's no magic mantra, but I'm going to share what I have tried, tested, or learned the hard way so that it helps some of you who are going to enter into it or already, I see a lot of young entrepreneurs from the Thai group. Quickly about myself, I'll not take much time. So yeah, I'm an engineering grad, joined, those days it was Satyam Computers, and everybody knows about it, so I'm not going to go there. The good part is being part of Satyam and then Infosys is you get exposed to a lot of processes because you're not reinventing many things there. So it helps give you some foundation, and it's all technology, IT, boring stuff I'm talking here, not the last panel discussions. But the good part is, you're in a guided tour, so it helps you to learn and apply them later on. At least for me, that is the best part I would take. And of course, it also introduced me to my domain, which was retail. But I didn't stick to that, but those learnings help, right? So it was about technology, planning, execution, and then as you move along in your career, you take more responsibility, and it's very important to learn leadership and management skills. I know you have seen a couple of TCS, leaders here. I think they would agree because most of us who want to be entrepreneurs are some way a leader, right? Somehow, right? But to know it consciously, how to manage people, how to give, your dreams a proper shape and take it forward and scale it up, it requires some leadership and management skill. So for me, during my profession, it helped, but I also did a certification on entrepreneurship and where I met brilliant women and women mentors. So what I'm trying to say effectively is sometimes consciously learning things to apply when you are getting into being an entrepreneur. You're not, there is no shortcut, and some point of the time, today or tomorrow, it's going to be handy, right? So nothing goes waste. That was my idea. Finally, coming to launching a product, building your brand, what to do, right? So I will talk about it more, but what I did is, my first company was a service company, so it was a people-based. So the thing which helped me there is the core domain, right? So unlike, I would say, Lakshmi's case, I think she is innovative by nature. So whatever she can do is innovation, right? But the selling was Anju's core, right? So that's why she could think about something. So I'm sure Nisha, for example, that's what you have done, Nisha, right? And then converted into an entrepreneurship. So whatever you're doing, knowledge is important. So if you have prior experience, that domain is not a bad area to start. Or maybe if you have spotted a problem. So, but coming to what I'm trying to say here is you have to decide whether you are going to bootstrap. In my case, it was bootstrapped. And then how to incubate. We are right now sitting in, one of the best, I think, place I have ever seen as an incubator. So that's how my journey proceeded. Studied, developed some skills in the job, launched my, company, and then the challenge of how to make it global. So I'm going to walk through that, okay? So what are the early symptoms of any entrepreneur, right? There's no rocket science. Sometimes we think, oh my goodness, I'm not that bright, I'm not that creative, right? I'm not meant to be doing that, right? It's not, let me tell you. If you are in a, in a system like, Infosys, TCS, Satyam, wherever I came from, or even in your job, daily lives, in your every walk of life, commute, right? Anything, wherever you see frustration, I think best example is your toilets, right? You saw frustration there, right? And all of us have, thought about it. I'm not saying you jump into the frustration into a company. Every frustration will not lead into a company. But I'm talking about the ideation process, okay? Don't let it go. It's a frustration. It's a problem. for you, that means there will be 1,000 others who are facing the same thing. So if you have spotted, you're the brighter one, you have spotted at least, right? So that's a good start, okay? So sometimes you have idea, but your environment might be limiting. You might be breaking your head telling people, this is a problem, we have to do something about it. Nobody cares, right? Don't drop it. That's all my request would be. Don't drop the ball. However small, you don't have to think of becoming an unicorn always. So many news about unicorns. It could lead to a lot more meaningful, initiatives, right? So don't drop the ball. Think about the solution. However difficult, however limited the environment is, doesn't matter. Spot an opportunity, right? So this slide I like because I think all of us at some point of time regarding something might have gone through this, right? And everything would not lead to a brilliant idea or you have to do it, but keep that thing on, As an entrepreneur, challenge something which is not comforting, right? So something will come out of it. You have already taken a deeper dive. But even if you have taken the dive, right, and Amazon started as a book company, they are today sustainable because they evolved. They could have stuck selling books, right? So even if you are having a company, there is no need of limiting yourself, right? So every day, whatever you are facing, try to think about it. Get an idea, discuss, debate, and, try to solve. That would be my one suggestion, I would say. Once you have a fairly good idea, you think this will make or break, a very important thing is to have a business model. Every entrepreneur guru, management guru would tell you that. I'm repeating. And believe me, I never believed it when I said, what is business model? I know business model. Please do your exercise of having, and today you can download a business model template. Several of them are there. Because there are many aspects you have to think. The idea, the market, what are the stages, how are you going to get funding, what are your financials, etc., 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 right? I'm not going to go deep. I can see smiles. I know I will be like an old school grandma talking about it, but it is important. You don't ever start a business, ever, without a business model. However one-pager it is, whatever. An incubator guy will ask you, a mentor will ask you, a funder, funding person or investor will ask you, your partner will ask, or your partner should be asking, right? So this is the starting point. You're serious here, okay? So first is idea, spot a problem, think about solution, think about a solution which others might not have thought, right? Or do it differently, the same solution. Everybody had a reusable pad, but not with banana fiber, right? So think about a solution which other have not thought, right? But very importantly, since we are talking about entrepreneurship, making money, so please go and check your market. Is there a buyer? Who are the buyers? Like some kind of research has to be done. If you are not the person, because many a time as an entrepreneur, you might be the techie person, right? Or you might be the marketing person, or you might be, your core skills might be, then please find help. Find help through mentorship, through incubators, they will give you mentors, or find partners, right? But somebody has to be doing this and giving you the data. Without that, you can do a takeoff, you will not scale, okay? Until and unless, I don't want to be Steve Jobs here, but I'm sure he did his market research also. Otherwise, iPhone wouldn't have, though it looks like it came out of nowhere, but everybody does their research, okay? Repeat, plan. The business plan is very important. It has to have financial planning also. And women, I will have some harsh realities. You will hate me for that. We don't do financial planning. We just don't do, right? We don't like finances. We are business women, but finances, no, we are saints. But we have to do you have to know, right? Is your accountant fooling you, not fooling you, whatever, right? So in the business plan, basic finance planning has to be there. There will be hundreds and thousands of accountants who can come and help you. You have to pay a very nominal fee, right? Or again, the incubation, if you're going with some, mentors, they would help, right? This one, I would please request everybody to not skip ever. See, when I started first one, it was 2006. And there was no concept of incubators and all that too much in India. But today, apart from the state governments like Kerala, be it a Microsoft, be it an SAP, I'm talking about tech, but apart from tech also, there is a lot of incubators available. Why is it required? Is, you get an ecosystem. They will give you a lot of support. You don't have to be stranded. I still remember my second company I started in Cubbon Park. If anybody of you are aware of Bangalore, it's a huge garden with a lot of trees. I was sitting under the trees, didn't know what to do, right? Because you're bootstrapped. But today that is available. So find out, incubators which can help you, guide you, and don't be shy for asking for help, right? That is very important. Now, whenever you win it's very important for a bootstrap company to have your first customers, first paying customers. Please mark my words, first paying customer. Everybody wants to try free, trial, pilot, this, that, but nobody wants to pay. So you can give them promises, but it has to be paid, right? It is because your effort to have a non-paying customer is equally as paying customer. You can take less money, but it has to be. Nobody gives too much value to free, and this is a hard lesson learned. And as women sometimes, and I'm talking to everybody, but as women I know that if we make our mind, we will get there, okay? So if you know that I have to get money out of this guy, it need not be out of, huge money, but there's an effort, so you have to tell that you have to give money for my effort, for this and this, and for the benefits, right? If it doesn't happen, okay, we can do. But there has to be first paying customer, and when you get money, please use that money very, very judiciously. Whether it is product building or marketing, not on fancy offices, right? Not on throwing salaries, not on getting best of guys to give money. No, be very conscious. The way a household is run your money with that. That's, a youngster wouldn't know, but something is there within us, right? Men do it very well, by the way, right? Except for cars, they're generally sorted. But, so we have to make sure that first paying customer, the money we get is used properly. And then singly doing a business is many a times difficult. So find right partners. It could be distribution partners, marketing partners, or your core co-founding members as partners, right? But find right partners, because single-handedly, it's my personal view, we cannot scale a business to because your partner should be complementing in nature, not the same skill you have. It always has to be complementing. Then you form a strong team, right? So it's good. Though it's said that a company with 2 people generally have problems, split this, that. A 3 is always better, right? Even the investors prefer a company with 3. Not 2, but not many. But don't go with this advisor. So we were people with co-founders, 7 co-founders, 1 woman, and everybody raised their eyebrows, but it's all fine, right? So that is your choice, but find right partners, okay? Finally, the scale. So, I learned it in my first company, and even in this one, I went for funding much later, because wanted to do it with my own, grit or whatever. But at a certain stage, funding might be important. And there also find right investors, because there could be investors who are not invested in you. What I mean is they might just give the money and want it to multiply, right? But you have, even at this stage, so we have done our Series B, right? And even at this stage, our investors we chose carefully, because I remember our last board meeting, they said it's okay sometimes to to not meet numbers or be a year late or quarter late, please don't compromise with the culture, Payeli, because I'm chief of people. Please don't compromise with the culture. That's very, very few investors would say that, right? They would say, no, where is the quarter numbers? Where is my money? Where is my this? But there are many investors who would know that maybe your product will take some more time, right? So find investors who are invested in your idea, invested in you, and it's there. It's not like it's not available. Everybody, you just be confident on not saying yes to the first guy you meet who is ready to give you money. Okay, so choose your investors, but funding is a very important step. Okay, I missed, I think, one thing very important here. The accelerator programs, why I say so is, for example, for our case, Microsoft came and helped us. And by the way, they have a competitor, branch, but they still, and what happens is if you have an accelerator program, you get lot of, you will get a 20 plus year guy coming and looking through your code or, through your product. So accelerator programs, if you're a tech company, is available. Okay, I don't know about non-tech. I'm not very, aware of those things, but I'm sure you can take guidance from Kerala Startup. But tech companies, there are many accelerator programs. In fact, they will give you prize money, be it a Target, be it a Walmart, be it a Microsoft, be it whatever. Or they will give you free cloud usage or, some kind of thing they will give you to help your, even does, what is Amazon's cloud offering, they do it, right? AWS. So find an accelerator. It's a good platform. They give introduction. They find you clients. They give you free usage of infra. So many things, right? So find an accelerator. Any questions? Anything, any specific? I have to go deeper. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, these are the final points about scaling. You are all young. We have lost connections with our alumni. We didn't have WhatsApp. Our Orkut was the only social platform which died. And then Facebook and all that is all about family birthdays, picture. So, you have lots to stay connected with your alumni. Stay connected. You know why? Because there would be professors who might help you, validate your stuff. There will be networks who can bring you right partners. There could be networks who can bring you right customers if you're in a B2C. Make sense? Participate in hackathon. Prize money is there. You're getting free, you're being paid to test your product. What else do you need, right? So go for it. Don't think twice. Don't get, apprehensive or afraid or anything. Go for it. Participate in whatever hackathons. And there are lots. I think Kerala Startup only brought in Lisa and all of them. They do hackathons, right? So, and I keep forwarding, and I don't get response for anybody going and trying it. Go and try. Right? You have to just go and try 2 days hackathon. This I have told already because you get to use their infra, their everything. You don't have to spend money. It's like a managed service you're getting. Very important. When you're building today a tech solution, whether it's a platform, product, or just a solution, there is no choice. It has to be cloud ready. Right? We will be fool if we do it somewhere else and then put it on cloud. No, it has to be cloud ready, right? Because that's the only way it works today, or it is sustainable today, right? And it's cheap also. Earlier cloud was expensive, now it's very cheap. And I will tell you, AWS, all of them have startup big programs. They are attracting startup. I was in a summit in AWS. They have some 7,000 startups whom they are giving free cloud or something like that, very nominal price. Very important, again, patent. In India, earlier software patent was not there. Only in US you would get. Here you would get only hardware patent. But I think things have changed. If you have little money, get a patent attorney and go for patent. Even if it is patent pending, it's worth it. And in India, it doesn't cost much. It's only in thousands. That is 10,000, 5,000, something on those lines to apply. Later it might be. So patent, like IP protection is very important. It all looks silly. You will not feel good if somebody tomorrow having more money than you stealing your idea and, going big. You will be just biting your nails, right? So think about these things. This is a choice, bootstrap versus funding. It is also dependent on the phase of the company your company is in, right? If you are a B2C, many times for acquisition of large number of customers, you might need funding upfront. But if you are in B2B, maybe you would like to scale to a certain extent with bootstrap and then go big with your global funding. Okay, this is, I know it's not about scaling, but it's very important. And the reason it is important is any entrepreneurship is not a sprint. It's a marathon. If it's not like today I will work 20 hours and I will be, no, it is, you might work, but it has to have some kind of balance. And I'm not going to take much time on those because I have few things, but I will just like to mention is there is nothing called work-life balance if you are an entrepreneur. There isn't, okay? It's something like this, okay? Forget the literal size I am in, but it's something like this, okay? I'm not going to play this. I don't want to play, so I want to skip. Let's see. Okay. So work-life balance is a myth. Okay. Whether you like it, the youngsters are not liking me at this point of time, but it is true. But there is a ray of hope. And please work. It's something called work-life integration, right? Today you have smartphones, you have iPads, you have smartwatches. Wherever you are, you can take your work along sometimes. It's okay, you're waiting. I know you are quite young, but for working moms, you're waiting for the kid. Please finish up your calls. It's okay, it's no problem, right? So you can try to do some kind of work-life integration where you don't feel too guilty about it. And sometimes if you don't do also is fine. But don't try to bring balance, okay? Those are old centuries. It will not happen if you're an entrepreneur. So that's all I had. For young women here, I want to bring one point which is again not for scaling, but you will have childcare, elderly care, you will have to take breaks, don't feel guilty, just work around it, plan, prioritize. Even if you're failing in that plan, no worries, it's okay, right? Don't challenge yourself much. Keep things simple. With your partner, please have a clear understanding, a very good financial understanding. Don't drop the ball because somebody is not happy you're working too long. It's okay, right? I'm not asking you to go and fight. Just set the expectations clear. It's okay. It's not a battle, right? It's a teamwork. So you have to respect the spouse's whatever strength and passion, and you get in return. Why I am saying is because I have a lot of young women who work in our company, and I see them, they are bright, and such kind of issues they're not able to handle, right? It is no big deal. It's another problem in life which has workarounds, right? Find out your way. Talk to people, tell about your passion, and have somewhere, where you don't have to be sacrificing something you want to build, okay? That's all I had, and I'm open to questions. Okay, I think this all are my slides, which says that women are very shy to ask help, to have mentors. Please don't do that. They don't take care of P&L. Have a mentor, preferably a women mentor, who can understand without you saying what the problem is. And this is very important as women. There will be breaks in your career, short or long, it's okay, come back. But most importantly, and I think our last panelist has showed us a way, we have to give back to society. We have to be compassionate, whether by helping another woman, whether bringing them into the ecosystem or whatever, right? So these are my last things. I'm open to question.